toot, 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 toot. Toot, 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 toot. Oh, hello. I am Toot Toot the Loxodon Bard, and as we are preparing the spell components for Modify Memory, so that we can make our theme song proper always in your head at all times, they asked me to come out on the stage and prepare a little thaumaturgy to give you a replacement theme song until then. So, here we go. D&Me, D&Me, is this show? I don't know the rest of the words. What was that? Tipsy, get off the table.
No.
How much have you had to drink?
Not enough.
Onyx, could you please help me? Get off the table. No, Tipsy, come back. I am sorry about that. But please enjoy the show. Tipsy, I swear to the gods, come back here.
Good evening. Hello. I am Victor Rivera, and this is D&Mead, like the drink, because tonight I am going to drink a little bit. And welcome. If you are over 21, then I invite you to drink a little bit of alcohol also with me, but only if you're over 21. Or if you would prefer not to drink alcohol, then drink whatever you want. This is just whatever we want this to be. And this week, I want it to be relaxing, because boy howdy, it's been a heck of a week. And I'm excited just to sit down and just chat a little bit with y'all. Oh, I am in the wrong category for that, I think. Just chatting. For Twitch. Ooh, we'll see how that do. And then I'm going to bring up Twitch stats. And I have a viewer. Hello. This is the first time I'm really looking at chat. I have chat open, and then Twitch stats, so I can see that there is one viewer. Hi, one viewer. Probably my mom and dad. Hi, hello. I love you both very much, and I love whoever. Okay, so welcome to D&Mead. Yay! It is my mom. Hello. And then, Mom, I will have my phone here if you wanna text me instead of chatting in the chat, because you get special mom privileges. And Poppy, hello. What? My sister is here too? Holy cow, Twitch stats. You're telling me there's only one viewer. Well, hello, Sarah. Hi. You can text me too, because Mom was like, hey, can I text you? Anyways, this isn't anything. So, hello. Welcome to D&Mead, like the drink, where all of my favorite Dungeons & Dragons shows, so Critical Role and The Adventure Zone and Dungeons & Daddies, they all have this supplemental additional show called Talks Mahina and the Adventure Zone and Talking Dad? Oh, I'm gonna make sure that doesn't keep doing. Talking Dad, where it's like a supplemental show where they just talk about the show. So I want to experiment with D&Mead being this. So what that begins entail. I'm so tired. This has been a heck of a week. So welcome. Yes, the mead tonight. I have to my tipsy Onyx side and then my rock toot toot side what I'm drinking tonight. And I'm going to turn off Twitch stats. I'm going to edit this a lot if I do the podcast version of it. But I'm so tired. All right. I am drinking. Well, let me. Pop, pop. I'm drinking Monk's Meadery Dragon Con Dragon's Nectar for 2021. And I am a sucker for a gorgeous label. And this is a gorgeous label. And look how I'm leaving Tipsy there up in the corner. So, Dragon Con's Dragon Nectar. Monk's Meadery is a meadery down here in Atlanta. and it's awesome. And last year I got their 2020 Dragon Con batch, where I had to drive up to a house, and then it was like one of those drop-offs where I had to show my ID to show who I was, but we were both in masks, and then like I dropped the money. Was it money or like a credit card? Like the email, the printed receipt, and I put it on the ground, and then he put the 6-pack over there, and we kind of I took it down. So this time I actually got it in a thing. So I'm gonna open it. Yeah, it was kind of blocked, but the audio. And then, cheers, my dears. Clink. Oh, boy. That is good. This is session mead made with passion fruit, hibiscus, and dragon fruit. Georgia's first meadery, 6% ABV, 16 ounces. So, DragonCon's dragon nectar. And, so I'm a completionist. So here's the back and the side if you want to. I'll leave that up for a little bit, but if you want to read what the cool label has on it. Boy, a story in every drop. DragonCon, Dragon's Nectar. It's very good. DragonCon 2021. But I love the label and the cans. I have a can collection at home in North Carolina, and I have the 2021, and this is definitely going 2021. Look at that. It's a purple dragon. Purple dragon. Well, great. Hello. If you're watching and in the chat, this is low pressure. Like, I have 4 viewers now. What the heck? Well, hello. Welcome. Bienvenue. The other part of those songs. So, this is a low pressure situation. It's just to hang out and drink and talk and hear. Time to drink. When can we play? More like, when can we drink? Here, cheers. Bink. Yeah. Ooh, for a D&Mead like the drink incentive, like I could have, because I don't technically know what the rules are for drinking on Twitch, but for like incentives for Twitch affiliation, then if you do something, then I'll like take a swig or something. I don't know. That's probably against the rules. We'll figure it out. People can drink on Twitch. I think you just can't get slosh-faced. Well, I am gonna. Let's see. Get tipsy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna come out, baby. We'll see. I'll look into that. Future Victor. Write this down. Julie, do the thing. Very fun. So, hello, welcome. This is going to be just an easy night of just chatting. Twitch has all the gaming stuff like Dungeons & Dragons, which I do, and then the video games, but there's an element which is just chatting. So people... I don't think you want to hear that burp. Or any other burps. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. So this is just a low pressure situation just to talk about how Dungeons and Me have been going this past week. So today, and then for 2 other days this week, I have been editing the first episode for the podcast, which is a lot. And it's very exciting, but it's a lot. The first episode is 2 hours and 11 minutes and 34 seconds. The first round of editing, and at any point in time you can ask questions in the chat, or my parents and my sister can text me. And this is just a conversation. But the first edit I did was for all the bits where I just take too long, or I'm thinking, so it's kind of dead air. So I take all that out, and then some of the other just bits where I stutter, or when I start a sentence and never end it. I do like a general rough cut. So that first time, it took it down 17 minutes. So the first cut was is that right? Yes, that is. 1 hour, 54 minutes, and 10 seconds. And then I did another cut, because this is the embarrassing bit. For the very first episode in D&Me, it's an entertainment experiment, and I was very nervous, understandably. And as far as fillers, which are like, so, and then, I had, and this is plus or minus 5 for this first one, I had 286 which is and then for I had 699 plus or minus 10 which is a lot of and So my second edit was I called it the pass, because I just 699. So it was exhausting and took many hours to take out all the ums. And I was dreading it, but I was also excited because I rewatch every episode of D&Me the next day. So that Thursday, I watched it and I was very excited, and I sat down, and then immediately I heard the and then I was mortified. I was like, oh crap. Oh no. So after that first viewing, then I was like, okay, I will curve off any fillers, because for fillers, what it is, at least for American society, we, like, dead air is frowned upon and taboo almost. So we sound like nincompoops by filling in likes or ums or us or so or and then. Whereas, like, Europeans, the British, for example, they sound, in this regard, they sound more educated, more thoughtful, because they take their time, and instead of just filling all the just space with words, they choose their words very carefully, and then they say what they mean, instead of just having just this full curtain of words. So I really wanted to spend the next couple episodes being hyper aware of that. And I feel like I haven't delved into counting the fillers for the next episodes, but I feel like I've done a good job, and it will continue getting better. This is why this is an entertainment experience. Entertainment experiment. And experience. I'm just so tired listening to myself. But I'm almost done with the first episode, so that's exciting. I haven't figured out how I am going to do it weekly yet, or because Twitch is easier, because I can do an episode every week and I don't have to, like, think about it. I do, but I don't have to edit hours of stuff. So that was bonkers. And then, well, first of all, before I talk about my other stuff, what are y'all drinking? Let me know in the chat, or my family texting me, which, thank you for not blowing up my phone right now. But this is just I've been looking forward to this, so thank you. And then Monk's Meadery. Look how great this looks. So as a promotional thing, as a sponsorship, like when there's one of those, and you know, what other Twitch streams have a Meadery sponsor? And this is not a paid promotion yet. I bought this with my money. So, when can we play? Is drinking Michelob because I want to drink, but I want to pretend I'm being healthy about it. Boy, howdy, them Chris Pratt commercials. I remember when I was trying to lose weight. And I drank Michelob. And it's a fine, lighter drink. Michelob don't sponsor me, but Dragon Con's Dragon Nectar. Look at this. I haven't gotten paid to promote anything yet. But let's see. Oh no. My family is now blowing up my texts. Good. I love them so much. My sister is drinking wee heavier Scotch ale, French Broad River Brewery, flowing from Asheville, North Carolina. Sarah. When can we play? Says it's water beer. Michelob, yeah. Sarah, let me know how many breweries there are in Asheville. That'll be a fun number for D&Mead, like the drink. Let's see, what else? Oh, so fillers. I was going through and I counted all the fillers, and there's so much of them. But there were some tricky ones because I'm Southern and there are a lot of breweries in Asheville. And there's more and more every day, just like agencies and casting directors here in Atlanta. Oh, I'm feeling it already. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm going to be tipsy. I wonder if y'all can hear that. I'm just going to keep this in my lap. My mom texted me, water, boring. Hey, that's the responsible thing to do. And if there are any kiddos watching, anyone under 21, stay in school. All right, so I was editing the podcast, and there were some tricky fillers because I'm Southern, and I remember distinctly in elementary school, we were assigned to bring in 2 items that rhymed. So I brought in one of these, and then a little piece of jewelry that you pin. Well, it's a pin. So I brought both of those in, and then the teacher went, oh, you are Southern, huh? And I was like, what? Hey, pen and a pin. And I felt really insulted by that. I was a kid. I was like, oi. Rude. Sarah says there are 81 breweries in Asheville. Is that like microbreweries and like, is that the most per capita in a city? Yeah, that's right. Do research for me so I can talk about how Southern I am. So pin and pen, and I was like, ugh, you suck. And then a drama teacher in high school told me I say fur instead of for. And that really bugged me because I was born and raised in North Carolina, and I've never really considered myself a Southern boy because I don't have an accent, and my mom is from Texas and my dad's from Mexico, so they don't have like Southern accents. So I wasn't raised with a Southern accent. So the fact that I was, someone pointed out pen and pin and then fur, then that really rubbed me the wrong way. But as I was going through and identifying fillers for the podcast, I was like, oh, darn it. Because I was hyper aware of the uhs and ums. And for when I say, so there are a couple of words, for example, ta. So one character went from one place to another. And I was like, wait, no, dang it. And then approaches. A character approached another one. And I was like, oh, nuts. And then the one character was sitting across from another. Across. See, that was fine. But ta was like that's a Southern one. And then 11. 11. Sarah posted AVL today, blah, blah, blah. Looks like actual breweries, but including multiple locations of the same companies. I don't know. I just drink it. You're so cool. I love you so much, Sarah. And I love you so much, Mom. And I love you so much. When can we play? We can play 3 days from now. How about that? That sounds good, huh? Oi, when can we play? You are having your GM burnout September 6th through the 10th. Oi. And that is my friend. Listen to that. Now I'm hyper aware of it. But that's good. It'll make me a better storyteller. So my friend Edwin and his partner Daddy is doing a 5-day week where September 6th through the 10th at maybe 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central? Is that what y'all is? No, yeah, it's Central because it's not Mountain Time. We'll do a different, is it tabletop role-playing game or just game? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And Thursday, I will be definitely a part of it because we are playing, because I'm part of When Can We Play's Blades in the Dark. I muted the first one. I let that second one go. So I might alternate on burps. This is D&Mead. Look at this. It feels good. All right, yes. So we play Blades in the Dark, which is a tabletop role-playing game by John Harper and a company. No one watches this. It's associated. It's fine. And we do that every Thursday, and we have for a while, and we've done lots of episodes, which is very exciting. But this Thursday, we're going to play Cakes in the Dark, where we have the same game mechanics, but we are going to try and make a cake. And I guarantee it's going to be disastrous. We're going to be bakers, baby. My character in that... Is it raining again? I have a little back scratcher, so I can open my blinds. Is it raining? Yes. Turn up the gain. Yes. Hello, 5 viewers. People just want to chat and drink. Welcome to my 5 viewers. Cheers. Clink. I need a... I really want to open my blinds right now, and just watch the rain. But that's not what this is. I love this idea. Oh, man. Yeah, so it's going to be really great. My character is Robert Thingamacog, where he was an academic and a librarian. But because of this, that, and the other, he's a wackadoodle. And he's very fun. My pitch, I developed him when I went up to my sister's cabin. And I was just on the porch, and then I was just brainstorming a character. And then I was like, I want him to be like a kind of a bumbling, stumbling. If you played the Harry Potter computer games, then it's very much the gnomes from that. So it kind of like that. But also, hey, do you want a monkey wrench? I can get you a monkey wrench. Kind of deal. So, as in A. Oh, okay. So back to fillers. I have notes of stuff that like talking points, but these tangents are. Can we? I don't know if you can hear that, but this is a lot of promotion. Monk's Meadery. I would show you my characters right now, but like have the Hero Forges up, but I might have changed them since the last episode because of stuff that happened in the game. So back to fillers. I was editing my podcast, my new viewers. I was editing my first episode for my podcast, and then I kept running into filler words. So like, so. I'm going to keep so and then. Going to keep so and then. Because that kind of progresses the story a little bit instead of and likes. And I'll tell you why I would say those here in a second. But my last little... See, there it is. My last little examples of trigger fillers where I would be like, oh, okay, so that's a... Nope, I can leave that in because for us, you can always see it because on the actual audio file itself, an is a nice little boop, and you can edit it out perfectly, and it's seamless. But an I said 11 like 2, across, approaches, and then the last one was just as in A. So they picked up a pen, and I'm like, yeah, I can edit. No, that one's an A. So that's really tricky and stuff. But I was discovering as I was editing it that I would use and because that is exactly where my impulse as a storyteller is to start the new idea. But my brain is like a third of a second behind. So I would start a sentence. I would start a sentence and then end a thought. And I would want to go, okay, so Tutu goes up the stairs and see right there, I want to say something else. But my brain is a third of a second behind, and it's going, what does he see? The image, I have all the images perfectly in my head, but then the dun 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 coming out of my mouth is the part where I need the fillers. I need the American fillers, but I will be a British storyteller and be more thoughtful and direct, because also the other bits are me wanting to tell a story and get as much information in the 2 hours that I want to do it really quick, and my mouth is quicker than my brain at that point. So I would just get a little ahead of myself. So I need to step back and appreciate and be in the moment. Like I am now with D&Mead, like the drink. Cheers again, everybody. That's here. Clink. Right, I brought this up 15 minutes ago. I would like to brain shop. I would like to workstorm different cheers. Like fantasy-related cheers. Like, I say cheers, my dears, or cheers and beers. I have a email sign-off, which is cheers and beers. But, like, cheers and dragon tears is pretty. Like, I thought of that a little bit ago. So, think about it, chat. That is very good. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So, I was reading the back of it. Let me show you. Here. Cheers, beer, dears. That's a good one. Okay. Is this the back of the side? I think that's the side. Bop. Yeah. Nope. Wrong one. So, down here. Hold on. I'm practicing. That way. Yes. So, down there it says equipment, and it says chalice, horn, funnel, can opener, and plastic cup. So, my first Ren Fair experience, I went to the Georgia Ren Fair, Renaissance Festival. The Georgia Renaissance Festival by myself, and it was awesome. But I bought myself a drinking horn because that just felt right. You know, I am a nerd of a high caliber, and I didn't have a drinking horn, and I needed a drinking horn bought from Georgia Renaissance Festival. So I bought one, and I was like, well, I have a drinking horn, but nothing to drink. So I went to a place that sold mead, and I'm like, I've never tried mead before. Let me try some mead right now. And I bought some mead, and I don't remember exactly what type of cup it was in, but let's just say it was one of them wax cups. So I had a wax cup of mead and then my drinking horn that I just got, and I was like, this is no-brainer. And then I started pouring, and then the second the mead touched the inside of the drinking horn, I had this lightning flash thought of, I should have washed this drinking horn. Who knows what was sitting in this drinking horn, but I was already 180 degrees to my mead, and all the mead went inside. And I was like, well, I need to drink this because I bought it. So I figured if I were to die from drinking mead from a drinking horn I just bought, that'd be a pretty good way to die. That's on brand. So that was my first mead experience and my first drinking horn experience. My second drinking horn experience, look at all my notes that I'm not talking about. That's fine. This is what this is. My second drinking horn experience, I was in an apartment by myself my second and third year in Atlanta. And it was a not great neighborhood. And I was looking out of my window at my parking lot. And then I looked, and there was something in the middle of the parking lot. And I was like, what is that? And then I looked, and it was another drinking horn that got a little bit squished because of probably a tire in the parking lot. And I waited a couple days just looking out the blinds at it. And I'm like, okay, if it's still there by the third day, I will get it. And then I got it, and then I washed it a whole bunch. And now I have 2 drinking horns, neither of which are here in Atlanta. They're both in North Carolina, hanging from my bed. And they look awesome. So, that's stories. This is awesome. This is good. I thought about doing this weekly, and this might be really good. Hello, 4 viewers. I have Sarah and my parents, and when can we play? And then mysterious 4th one. I don't know. Hello. Identify yourself in the chat. No, you don't have to. So, for fillers for editing my podcast, my first episode, ums and uhs were my impulse to say other stuff, but my brain's a little too slow when in performance mode. And then I used a whole bunch when I am describing something visual, but I am non-committal to it. I am not as confident in my description of something. For example, in my first episode, there was a line where I'm describing these little flying fleshy bats that are kind of gross. And I went, this sturge has like a mane. And then I realized, no, Victor, it's not like a mane. It is a mane. Just say there is nothing bad about being definitive about the visual experience. So there was a lot of those. Not so much that I took tallies of them, but let's see. I can't see. So that is my 286 uhs, and then my 699 ums. Which there's something to be said about that. You've become your own English teacher. Yes. Unfortunately, oh my gosh. So my mom sent me pictures of my drinking horns. Well, so cool. I'm going to do some technical wizardry right now and pop them up onto this Twitch feed. Mom, you broke the seal. Now I will ask for favors of like, can you go? This is awesome. All right. Let's see. Bop. She texted me the pictures. I saved them onto my phone. I put them in Facebook Messenger on my phone and then sent them to my computer. And now I will pop them up. Perfect. Let's see if there's any incriminating stuff on my desk first before I... No, it's fine. So those are my 2 drinking horns. The one on the left is the Georgia Renaissance Festival one. The one on the right is my parking lot drinking horn. Let's see the other angle. Excellent. Oh, boy. Let's see if I can zoom into who made this fine drinking horn. Where the gods live. Where the gods live. Look at this great drinking horn that I got here. Okay. That's my King Kong poster in the back. That's the first poster that I bought in college. And what other That's some dinosaur gift wrap down at the bottom right, and I absolutely love it. Let's see what's on my desk. I have one of them grabber things with the yellow handle on the left. That is to grab stuff. I have a loft bed, so that's why the slats are there. And get out of here. Let's see. I have a whole bunch of minis right. I'm practicing. Dang it! Right there, I have a spice organizer for your spice rack. I have those, but with mini figurines. And that is my SAG award that I made, hidden in the shadows over there. This right here, on the very left, the lots of rectangles, I made my own Millennium Falcon that I can wear, and I have it as part of a cosplay called the Millennial Falcon. And I have suspenders and scarf and glasses and a fidget spinner when that was hoity-toity, and a selfie stick. And then, let's see, what else? I have mail on my desk, but I'm not going to look at that right now. And then I have a dragon toy. So, and literally, golly. And these cans are from Sweetwater Brewing down here, where they had thirds of fish. So you got a 12-pack, and then you could arrange these cans so that the head of the fish, and then the body, and then the tail. And it was awesome. That was really, really cool. We have 6 followers right now. 6 viewers. I am God. Oh, no. The mead's getting to me. All right. That was awesome. Thank you, Mom. What a treat. Let's see. Mom, where are my Hot Wheels? Yep. Believe me, we have a big old tub of Harry Potter Legos, and it is on my bucket list to assemble all of those. Just hermit for a month and then do all my Harry Potter Legos. But I need to make money first. Take a picture. I miss them. Parking Lot Drinking Horn, a new band name. Hell yeah. That's my sister said that. I need to read the names along with them. But when can we play? Told my sister that's a Swedish death metal band if I ever had one. Y'all are so funny. Y'all are good people in my life, and I appreciate it. Let's see. Is Poppy watching? Is my dad watching? What is he drinking? Is he drinking water also? I don't know what the rewatch value of this is, but I don't give a poop. Let's see what else. So the notes I made while editing my first episode, he's at a massage. My dad is a massage therapist, so he's not drinking right now. He shouldn't be drinking. I'm so funny. Yes. Oh, and then ums are really easy to edit out of a podcast because the wavelength of an is like that. But likes attach themselves to other words, so those were really hard to edit out. I have the sound effect of a dice roll. Oh, should I use that in the podcast? Just lots of little notes to myself. Some instrumentals before. What are anchors made out of? I said iron. And that's probably not right. I don't know. And I'm not going to look it up. Because I like to play this little game where literally my setup right now is I have a laptop right there. And then a laptop right here. And a mini laptop, which is the phone, in my lap right now. So I have 3 portals of all the world's knowledge. But sometimes I just like not knowing. There's a fun comfort in that. One of the last little bits before I stop talking about my podcast. I have a podcast. I'm going to have a podcast. I have Imagine being a seal who has never been in the water before, always judging itself for its dismal performance on land. Perhaps you haven't found your ocean yet. And that isn't just poetic, and then I have cell phone bullshit on a piece of paper on my desk. So that's the dichotomy of Victor Rivera, and I love it. Does anyone have any questions so far? 6 viewers, that boggles my mind. I don't get it, and I love it. Thank you so much for joining me here at D&Mead, like the drink, where tonight we're just hanging out and talking. We're getting to know Victor a little bit because he is this enigmatic. Is that the right word? And is that how you say it? Enigmatic. This onomatopoeia of a beautiful DM who's so handsome and he can juggle 4 characters very well and tell amazing stories. When Can We Play asks, I have a question. What's your favorite beer? Ooh. And your favorite movie. Okay, so favorite beer. When I first started drinking, I was like, hey, Newcastle's a pretty good beer. And it's like a short, stout little bottle. And no one has that as their favorite beer. I'm going to say Newcastle. And then since then, I've drunken the rainbow. So I don't have a favorite beer per se. I like local stuff when I go to either North Carolina and pick up some North Carolina stuff that I can't get down here. My favorite mead is Monk's Meadery. For specifically Dragon Con Dragon's Nectar for 2021. See, this is money. This is money. So Monk's Meadery, this DM. I almost tweeted that today, and then other stuff came out. But what's your favorite beer? Right now, I don't really have one. I love Sweetwater because it's just a good old Atlanta company. I love the new Firemaker Brewing. I'll mute the next one. Firemaker Brewing, which is a dragon-themed brewing company down here, which is amazing. One of my friends is the taproom manager, and it's lovely. Excuse me. They have some amazing stuff. They opened up in 2020, right in the pandemic, so it's amazing that not only they survived, but they got voted the second best new brewery in the country, probably in the world. You know what? I'll say that. I don't know what it actually is. It's probably on their website or whatever. But it's really amazing. So both of them is great. And then When Can We Play asks, what's your favorite movie? This one is a very good question because I, as a performer, as an actor, that sentence means a lot. And I didn't have to come up with a serious answer until I worked at a movie theater for a year and a half in North Carolina. And I was awarded Employee of the Month twice. But the first time, they have this little thing where they have like a get to know your Employee of the Month for this movie theater. And it's a display where they can take your picture and then they ask you like 10, like, what's your favorite movie snack? And what's your favorite movie song? But they have that in like a picture of a Kit Kat and a picture of a blue raspberry and white cherry slushie, which are my answers of favorite movie snack. And then, well, both of those together. But then my favorite movie song is either Jurassic Park or Harry Potter, like John Williams. So, John Williams did Jurassic Park too, huh? Yeah, no, he's brilliant. So that guy. But they went, Victor, what's your favorite movie and what's your favorite actor? And I spent the whole month where they told me at the beginning of the month, hey, you got Employee of the Month. Let us know by the end of the month these answers. And I spent that whole month trying to figure out what my favorite movie was and who was my favorite actor. And it's hard because I have different movies that I like when I'm in the different moods, Or is this like a serious artistic choice, or is it one that I can always watch whenever I want to watch something funny? I have like 50 different favorite movies, but what's my one favorite movie? What's capital F, capital M favorite movie? So I thought all month about it, and then I came up with a great answer, which is 2009's Pirate Radio, or The Boat That Rocked. Pirate Radio was the United States title for it, and then The Boat That Rocked was the UK release. It came out in 2009 and has a great ensemble cast of Bill Nighy, not Bill Nye the Science Guy, but Philip Seymour Hoffman and Nick Frost and Rhys Ifans and Rhys Davies and Chris O'Dowd and Tom Sturridge and Kenneth Branagh and Emma Thompson and others. Gemma Arterton, January Jones. So a whole bunch of people. And then it was written and directed by Curtis Richard, who did Notting Hill and Four Weddings and a Funeral and Love Actually and About Time. So this fabulous, fabulous filmmaker who I love dearly. And after a month, then I realized that is my favorite movie because it has some of the best jokes I've ever heard. It has some of the most touching moments. It's this very, like, this obscure period piece where nothing's really done of music of that era, but on a boat, and some of the best ensemble work of just people just riffing off each other, and the writing is so brilliant, but then also you could tell that they were having so much fun, and the improv, and it's marvelous, and I love it, and I can watch it all the time. And I made my family obsessed about it, so they all have DVDs of it, and they watch it, and like I watch it on my birthday some years, and it's just a really great movie. And I watched the deleted scenes, which are so much fun, and the filmmaker commentary is great, and it's just such a good piece. So then from that, I thought, so that was brewing in my head. I was like, Pirate Radio is a really I can curse on my own Twitch. Yeah, Pirate Radio is a really fucking great movie. Who's my favorite actor? And then I didn't want someone like Jim Carrey, who I admire greatly and I will credit with me starting acting, and like Robin Williams and like these amazing, fabulous actors. I wanted an answer that's different from that. Like if you say Brad Pitt's your favorite answer, come on. But Bill Nighy from Pirate Radio and Love Actually and About Time and Underworld and Pirates of the Caribbean. He was Davy Jones. And that is when I say, hey, who was your favorite actor? And then I bring up Bill Nighy. Then they're like, oh, the science guy. And I'm like, I never talk about Bill Nighy, Science Guy. But he is such a great actor. And I was literally talking about him yesterday because he was in this movie called Wild Target with Rupert Grint and Emily Blunt. And he played an assassin. And I noticed, I've seen him in a bunch of movies, but he was disassembling and reassembling a gun. But he was doing it like this. And as an assassin, I was like, that's a very interesting choice to have your hands like this, where you have 2/5 of your hand not accessible, where you're kind of at a disadvantage. And I was like, that's a really interesting character choice. And so I looked it up, and Bill Nighy actually has the genetic disorder where he can't move these fingers. And I was like, what? And that was brilliant, and it just kind of broke the mold for me. He has the best episode of Doctor Who, the Vincent Van Gogh one. Van Gogh. So he's lovely. I saw him on Broadway for Skylight. Me and one of my friends drove up to New York from North Carolina to see him, and it was lovely. Quick story about that. Fuck you, notes. I had notes, but this is so much better. We drove up. For Skylight, it is a play written by a person and it had Carey Mulligan and another actor who was the son of Bill Nighy, if I remember correctly. But he was only in a couple scenes. But the two stars were Carey Mulligan and Bill Nighy, and I was like, I need to watch this because I want to see Bill Nighy in person. And I knew he did a show called Blue/Orange, and that was a very British piece, which I saw in England, not with Bill Nighy, but the actor who played the role of Bill Nighy's character. I was like, oh, I could totally see Bill Nighy in that. Yeah, obviously. So we watched the show, and at the curtain call, there was applause, and I stood up, and I was one of the first people, and then while they were still applauding, I ran. I was like, okay, I'll see you. So I ran to the stage door, and they were still applauding, and I was right there at the barricade, and I was very adoringly staring at the stage door for the actors to come out for Broadway shows. And then they come out, and sometimes they do autographs, and sometimes they do pictures. But I was like, I really want this. And I reached out to one of my friends who is a Tony Award-winning Broadway producer. And I went, hey, this is my one. I want to somehow interact with Bill Nighy. And I won't ask you for like another favor. This is my one, buddy. And he went, oh, yeah, sure. So I ran to the stage door, and we waited. And my friend showed up, and the crowd came around me, but I was the first one right there. And I waited. And then the younger actor who played the son came out, and I was like, hey, can you sign my program? Because you did really good. And I was like, just get out of here. Move. But then Carey Mulligan opened the door, and out of the whole crowd, she eye contact with me, headed straight towards me, and went, would you like me to sign that? And I was like, yeah, Carey Mulligan, yeah, you can sign this. When's Bill coming out? So she signed it, and I was like, oh, that's great, cool. And then another 15 minutes, and the epitome, the embodiment of swagger came out of the doors, and there was a bodyguard right there, and he was like just talking with him and holding his space and being very sweet. And then he casually looked around the crowd, and then he went over to start signing the autographs and make his round. And then when he first got to the autograph, he was signing someone's playbill, and then he went, Victor. And I went, what? My brain broke in half. It's good. Okay. And I was like, well, I don't know what is happening. Am I dreaming? So he was signing autographs, and he was going around, and then he came to me. He was like, Victor, wow, it's really great to see you. Did you like the show? And I was like, and he was like, cool. I really like your picture where you had the half hair. That was really funny. And I went, because I took this picture. I grew out long hair and long beard, and then I was in a show in North Carolina called The Whipping Man, where they wanted, was it Whipping Man? I think it was Whipping Man. Where they wanted, because my hair was like long, and I had my iconic brand beard going on, and they wanted me to cut my hair and cut my beard, even though I was a Civil War soldier coming back from the war. And I was like, well, I mean, beards and hair, okay. This is back before I fought for my beard. So it was right before I needed to cut the beard, and I decided to take pictures of my big hair and my big beard, and then I reached out to some of my filmmaker friends, and I'm like, hey, I need to cut my hair. Do you want to do anything with this? Like, do a thing where we shave it on camera? And they went, oh, yeah. So we made a web series called Do This, Get Girl. And there are a couple episodes online. But the first episode was inspired for me going out on a date with a girl in order to impress her, but I had this beard, and my horrible roommates told me to shave it off. So it ended with like them shaving my beard on camera, which was fun. But we took that, and I had half a beard, and then I shaved it real good so that it looked like you can see my chin and stuff. And then I had half a beard, and then my hair real big. So the first picture, it was a quadrant. So the first picture was me with my big hair and my big beard. And then the second picture was me with half a beard. And then this third picture was me with no beard, but still all the big hair. And then the fourth picture was me with a haircut. And somehow Bill Nighy saw this picture. And I'm reeling. I don't know how this happened. But he was like, yeah, no, it's really great. And so I had my friend record this whole time. Like, hey, pretend that it's like a picture. And then when we post for the picture, you go, click, yeah, we took the picture. But it's a video the whole time. So I do have this video somewhere in a hard drive. And it was amazing because then he was like, I really like that picture. And I was like, yeah. And do you want to pose for a picture? Yeah, right. And we posed for the picture. And, like, no flash went off, and he was like, and I was like, oh, no, it's fine, let's just go. And then he went around, but mind blown. That is me meeting Bill Nighy, my favorite actor. And he signed autographs for me. He signed 3 autographs, so that one, and then 2 in the mail, because for Pirate Radio, I have an autograph collection. I have an autograph collection, period, and it's amazing. I have some gems of like Robin Williams and Don LaFontaine, who was one of the original In a World movie trailer voice guys, and he has a great sense of humor. And I knew that, and so when I wrote him, I was like, hey, can I have your autograph? And also, like, you have a really great sense of humor, so you can put that in. And then he went, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. And I was like, oh, bless. And I also have Ed Asner, who just passed away today at age 91. So some really great gems in my autograph collection. My mom, I think, interviewed Ed Asner, if that's correct. Mom, Dodie or something, if you can confirm. Because when I read the news of him passing, then I thought of you. And I was like, oh, but... And I saw some other stories on Facebook of how amazing Ed Asner was. Just generous with his time, which is really amazing. And I want to do that eventually when I'm famous. More famous than I am now. Oop, that's my mom confirming. Yes, for the middle school newspaper. How cool is that? Very sweet to starstruck me. Yay, thank you, Ed Asner. So, if we're friends on Facebook, then I have an actual autograph folder with my autograph collection. And so you can see Ed Asner, you can see Don LaFontaine, you can see Robin Williams. My mom also has an autograph from Robin Williams, which is just incredible. So Bill Nighy signed 3 things for me. So it was the playbill of Skylight, and then 2 pictures that I sent him. And for Pirate Radio, I have a folder on my desktop where I am editing all of the Pirate Radio autographs onto a poster that I will eventually print out at Kinko's or whatever. But I have 3 from Bill Nighy. I have Chris O'Dowd. I have Will Adamsdale, which took me a while to track down. He was the weatherman. I have Tom Brooke, who was Thick Kevin, and he has the best handwriting out of all of them. I have Kenneth Branagh, Kenny Brady, which is amazing. Rise Effin, Gemma Arterton. Who's that one? Oh, Tom Sturgis and Nick Frost. So that's a lot of good ones. And I love it. I wrote for the pandemic. It was always on my bucket list, but I really wanted to write everyone else that I really cared about for Pirate Radio. And I did just a couple months ago. So that felt really good. When Can We Play says, wow, Pirate Radio, you just brought me back. 2009 was a great year for movies. Yes, it was. I remember high school was really good for movies. College, like 2011 to 2014, I remember were horrible for movies. But that was just my subjective opinion. And then recently with all this Marvel stuff. Good job, Marvel. Yeah. Hello, my 5 viewers. This is D&Mead, where we're just hanging out and drinking. Apparently, I'm just going to tell stories, which I love. That's my whole career. And I need to use the bathroom here. I'm working on intermissions that I will eventually have, but I'm just going to run to the restroom. I need to finish this, though. And I have another one in the fridge. I have 5 consistent viewers. Man, that's so cool. Thank you. All right, almost. I have 6 viewers now. Boy, howdy. All right, I'm going to use the restroom. So everyone in chat, like, if you're not going to use the restroom, go like, where's Victor? And really freak people out. So that if anyone else new comes, they'll see this blank screen and not Victor. So here we go. Oh boy, you were just watching my comforter that whole time. Also, I might have muted the mic instead of using the restroom, but love it. Love it. All right. I'll edit all that for the podcast. I'll edit all that. I should have turned up... Well, I couldn't have turned up the gain because otherwise you would have heard me in the restroom. But to hear the rain. So, let's try this again. Hi, welcome to D&Mead Like the Drink. Yeah. Thanks, Monk Meadery. Dang it, it's Monks with an S. Thanks, Monks Meadery. And cut. Whew. This is very good. All right. Thank you, y'all. The chair ate Victor and is doing a lazy victory dance. Oh, was it turning around? Funny. Yeah, my bed's behind me, so that's why you saw the comforter. All right. Anything else about editing? First pass. So, also, with I spent this past week editing the first episode for my podcast, and I realized how difficult it is to edit a podcast, but also how many fillers I was using, so ums or uhs or likes or so's. So the next time, for episode 2, I will edit, I will do the pass first, so I can take out all the fillers. And hopefully as time goes on, that will go quicker and quicker because I'll be using less and less fillers. But then also, I will mute the burps from now on because that's just gross. Then I will edit for the art for my second pass, because I edited for the art the first pass, and it took me a while, and then I went through and did the unpass, and then I went through a third time to just polish it, and I think it'll be better for me if I do the unpass first and then the art pass. And then I'm going to close Twitch stats because now only 3 viewers are watching. But I will pretend like it's that same high that I had when 6 viewers were watching. So, yeah. And then as I was going through and listening to it again, I slipped up 3 times. I said Tipsy before I said Tipsy's name. And then I said Onyx. I said Onyx twice. I went, and so on the dwarf is, and then I flat out said, and so Onyx. And so the dwarf that you see. So that was very fun. All right, kiddos, before I go into other notes, what questions do you have about D&Me, if anyone does? I am saving some questions for another D&Me extras, talking about advantage versus disadvantage and how Dungeons and Dragons is different from Skyrim, which are very good questions. And then I will answer, Mom, I will answer your ice anchor question. I'll answer it somewhere else because that is a good. Okay. When Can We Play asks, what has been the most fun part of D&D and what's been the most challenging? I want to know your inspirations behind all the characters, but that can be more in-depth thing later. Ooh, that's very good. Sarah, I will answer the in-depth characters later because that is very, very good. I'll write that down real quick. I want to know your inspirations. Listen to how quick I can type. All right, so when can we play? There we go. I'm color coding my notes. What's the most fun part of D&D and what's been the most challenging? I said this in D&D Beginnings, I think. One of my favorite parts of D&D is the role playing. So really the look at these cans just staring at me. One of my favorite parts is role-playing, where you can play out these different characters and you have these formulas and rules of how you can interact with the world, but you can interact with the world however you want. So it's a really fun challenge to dilute and boil down everything into these possible categories of how you can do it and then interact with the world that way. So that's really fun, but the role-playing for me is the best part because I'm an actor, so acting and making decisions that are very well within the character is amazing. And the fantasy environment is awesome. I had a girlfriend, and since breaking up with her, I have adopted the dragon as one of my spirit animals. So for her, she was a dragon in my head, like imagery, because of a lot of different reasons. And it worked out also because we saw a Circus de Olay thing, like a circus. I think it might have been Ringling, actually. But they were weaning out of using live animals, and they were like using dragons, so here's some puppets. And that was really cool, and that was one of the moments where I was like, wow, dragon. So since then, I've adopted dragon as one of my just core animals, and Dungeons & Dragons plays right into that. And I love all the little minifigs and toys and how anything like homebrew And there's so many books where they're like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, man. You can make a whole world. You can follow all of this lore, or you can make up your own stuff. And I love that. And DMing was really awesome for me. Is really awesome for me because I get to do whatever I want and make as many puns as I want and control everything. Ha ha ha. And then what's been the most challenging? I, as a DM and a player, I really like the role-playing and the figuring out stuff more than the combat. So when combat comes up, I'm like, all right, how can we fast-forward through this? How can I make it so that I'm not battling myself for 2 hours, which was episode 2 of D&Me, where I was fighting a troll and Sturges and 2 NPCs and then 4 player characters. But then also, when I'm DMing for my group, then when combat comes up, I'm like, I feel like, I'm sorry, guys, I'll make this as quick as possible. But no, they were like, oh, we really want more combat. So that was really interesting. And it has a huge learning curve right at the beginning, which it took me 5.5 years to really, really get it. But I now feel super, super comfortable with it. And I have, I'm so shiny. I have a lot of proficiency with D&D and like knowing rules and watching so many shows that I have all of these different things. So great question. When can we play? Thank you. And Sarah, yes, I will answer that. That's a great question. I wrote it down because I do want to answer it. But we're going to go into a little bit of what I have written down. So D&Mead, I like the drink. I wanted to try just a little technical thing. For Twitch, it's the streaming service, but you need a program to help you stream. So I'm using OBS right now, which is Operation Broadcast System. And I was going to use Streamlabs OBS, but I was literally editing the podcast until 6:30, and I went, oh, okay. Oh. And I like to have everything set up so that at 6:58:50, I can click start streaming. So I was like, ah, and then running around. But I have this in my notes. Make this, D&Mead, as a reminder to future Victor to see how far I've come. So this is to celebrate my first month of doing D&Me. And what a month that has been so far. Thank you so much. I closed the Twitch stats, so it's probably like 30 or 40,000 people watching. Thank you for following and viewing. It really means a lot, and support and all the likes and comments on my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook posts, and the unboxing stuff was so generous and amazing. Thank you so much, my audience, my D&We community. And I need to remind myself, I have also written down the numbers for the first month. So let me pull up the numbers. I made the announcement July 28th for D&Me. And the fun thing is, I really had that idea, the initial idea of D&Me, like 2 weeks before that. I had it 2 weeks before that. I had a meeting with my mom because we talk about artistic endeavors. I brought that up. She was like, Victor, I've known you for almost 30 years. That is one of your best ideas you've ever had. And I went, oh, yeah, it is a really good idea. It is $1 million idea, which I have to remind myself of. So then I really got into it. Because of 2020, and a little bit before that, I felt that my follow-through was weakening. So I wanted a project, and I thought it was screenwriting at first, and I still have a couple of really great ideas, but I wanted something I could fully throw myself into. And D&Me is an amazing creative endeavor because I perform first and foremost, but I also am challenged artistically with graphic design. So I made this border. Get out of here, Monk's Meadery. You don't pay me yet. I made this border. I made this border a couple times.
just design-wise, I have the different colors of orange and all these dice. I made it in a really low resolution the first time, and so these were all blurry and pixelated. And I was like, God, how do I frickin'... So I asked a graphic designer friend, and he told me, well, unfortunately, you need to make it bigger, and then you can shrink it down. I was like, fart, all right. So I remade this, and then it looked really bad, and so I had to resave it. And then I made it into this, which is awesome. And the first couple weeks, I really, I wanted a uniform look. So all of my banners for all the social D&Medias, you can see I made 18 different versions of banners, because every, YouTube has a different set of banner dimensions than Twitter and profile pictures, and the D&Me logo is awesome. And this was fun, and this is artistic design and the technical aspects of me running a live stream, which I've never done before, and editing. So I can edit videos. I edited the unboxing video, which was me in Final Cut Pro 2, and me editing the podcast, audio editing, which I don't really do at all, and writing. So that whole character development, but also from a DM writing standpoint of what can I prepare, what can I write, but leave room for me to still play and not know every answers. So while reading, this is a great segue away from my numbers, which I have the Excel spreadsheet up on my other laptop, but reading the Waterdeep Dragon Heist is amazing, and this is my first time reading a campaign guide. So I know most of the whole story and what surprises come up, but also I want to challenge myself of not reading every possible situation and item so that I can still be surprised. But also, when I started reading this, I actually started with another campaign book, but it was really dark, and I didn't want that as my first adventure. So I found this, and it's a great urban adventure with a lot of heart, and it's just lighter in general. I went through and I annotate the bejesus out of it. Let's look at what I've already done. So here is the first 2 pages of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and I annotated of what my character's first impressions are, and I write them and character notes. So I followed these pages pretty well. To give you a frame of reference, this is the very first page of chapter 1, and that's the yawning portal, and I started the 4th episode with pretty much exactly this tableau. And I described the yawning portal, iconic fireplace, which I didn't know was iconic. And there's Volothamp. And I went through, let's see, this. And then this was episode 1. And then this was episode 2. And then this was episode 3. So really, and then all of this was episode 4, because I wanted to spoilers. I want to take my time with this, and the actual adventure goes only until page 100 and something, but there's so much. This is a really good adventure because there's so many different things. And there are 4 possible scenarios, and I'm trying to marry all the parts that I care about and want to do. So there's this one adventure, which will last me a bunch of episodes. But I also have 11 books that came from my Amazon wish list, which, thank you again for those who contributed to that. And there's 30 to 45 other campaign guides and source books and starter sets and adventures, and just this show could keep going forever and ever and ever. And then if I run out of every Wizards of the Coast official 5th edition D&D adventure supplemental, every drop, every ounce of marrow out of the bone, then the magic of D&D is that I can keep going. I can make up my own open world campaign, which I have practice with the group that I DM. So it's such a great adventure. And this first month has been super fruitful because looking at my notes, I had 0 Twitch followers. I had 1 person subscribe on YouTube. I had 7 Instagram followers and 2 followers on Twitter. And that was July 27th, 2021. And now, well, these numbers have changed since yesterday. But as of yesterday, I had 43 followers on Twitch, which is just, it was, but now I have 44, at least, followers on Twitch. Let me bring that up real quick. And I'll talk about Twitch affiliate here in just a second. Now I'm going to do the trippy thing of seeing myself here recording on OBS and then seeing myself here live. 6 people still viewing. That's bonkers. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. What's this button? Rally the squad with creator goals. Now you can launch follower and sub-follower directly to... Okay, whatever. But I have 44 followers on Twitch right now, which is absolutely bonkers. In a month. And I'll bring up Twitch affiliate because I have some questions about... It's telling me that I'm live. Insights, channel analytics. Nope. Stream summary. Oh dear. I don't remember my buttons. Okay, so for achievements under Twitch, affiliate. So before you reach affiliate, you're kind of just doing Twitch on a free, like, oh, you're just starting out. That's cute. Just wait a little bit and then come back, because when you're an affiliate, then you can monetize on Twitch. And there are 4 requirements for being a Twitch affiliate. 1, and I've completed 3 of these already. So the 3 I've completed are: 1, stream for 8 hours in a 30-day performance window. So as of the full month of August, out of 8 hours, I've streamed for 10 and 0.85. And then another one is, in that 30-day performance, you need to stream on 7 different days. I've streamed on 11. And then in a 30-day performance, you need to average of 3 viewers. And I've averaged 3.49, but today I've averaged as much as 6. So that's huge. And then the last one is reach 50 followers, which, having 44 followers as of today, literally I gained 1 follower at 12:05 a.m. this morning. And then last night, as I was going to bed, I gained 3 new ones. So 4 within the last day, really, is huge. And in my first month, and it's amazing. So my numbers now, well, as of yesterday, 44 followers on Twitch, 339 views, which I don't know if that's like profile views or how many times people watch my videos, because I was talking to my grandma this morning, and Twitch keeps your videos for like 3 weeks. And then because it's a very like in the now present streaming service, then it deletes those videos. So you can use highlight to keep them on your Twitch page, but then I also throw them up on YouTube the day afterwards. So I do this tomorrow, Thursday. But that way, people in 2024 can watch all of these beginning videos. And I think there's huge value in that, because I want someone to enjoy the story and not necessarily the pressure of having been here right at the beginning, because only 44 people are here at the beginning. How are y'all doing? I'm talking a whole bunch. Only 45 views. So on YouTube, I have 23 followers instead of the one that I started off with. YouTube views of all my videos on YouTube, and I think that's really the longevity of people going back to my YouTube and watching all of my videos, and they can start from the beginning, and it'll be great. That's 216 views on YouTube, and those videos will stay up forever. My Facebook page for D&Me is 11 followers, which Facebook was kind of squirrely there for a minute, but it's been picking up. Instagram, I have 55 followers. Twitter, 20 followers. And that's all in my first month, which is amazing and remarkable. It's really... what an amazing thing. Because honestly, if I'm being a little buzzed, a little honest with myself, I didn't think anyone would watch this. And in the back of my head, I knew my parents and my sister would watch some of it. But really, every week of my mom and my dad being invested in the show and tweeting me about, texting me about it afterwards, and we're calling, and then they go, "Oh my God, that moment with Toot Toot and Rock, that was amazing." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Wait, you watched it?" "Yeah, you were there experiencing it with me." And I am a good storyteller. That is huge, and my family has always been super supportive, and I am eternally grateful for that. So them being invested more than by blood obligation is incredible. And my grandma watches some of this, and some of my extended family, and they want to share it with theirs, which means a lot, because I know they always want to support me and stuff, but the fact that they're genuinely invested, that's huge. And some of my friends, like, when can we play? Y'all are some of my best friends and newest best friends, because I've lost some friends in this past year, which is hard for me to say, and I wouldn't have said it if I don't have a lot of Meadery. But you are very supportive, and outside of D&Me, outside of When Can We Play, we talk a lot just about our personal lives and stuff, and how we have imposter syndrome, and just how hard it is to be an artist, and very Bo Burnham of art is huge, and art has always been important in all of humanity and civilization, but how weird does it feel being in 2020 and 2021 and caring about art when the world is on fire? And I am caring so much about this Dungeons and Dragons internet show that I am doing by myself when there's unrest in Afghanistan and people dying of a global pandemic and disease. It's so much, and it's so comforting to come. It's so comforting to go to a low-pressure fantasy world where I can make jokes about turtles and make clever things like references and little moments between characters and creating art. That's really what this is the embodiment of. So thank you all for letting me do that. And buying a microphone so I sound good, and having a good laptop so I look good, and a green screen, which my parents helped me buy. Purple heart to you too, Dodie, or something. And Sarah, thanks for sharing it with us all. Thank you. It's a lot, and this, honestly, it started out as like a great idea, and there was a lot of potential, but over the weeks of really hard work, it became even more, and it has so much more potential to keep going for, like, I have pages, literally pages of color coordinated notes. That's the character notes, but no, those are the normal notes, but then these are the character notes. So after I watch every episode, like, I take 2 to 3 pages of notes of what this could be. And this D&Mead sprung from that, where I just talk about what this show is and can be. It can be sponsored by Monk's Meadery. Guys, I like drinking, and I like drinking for free, and I like drinking and getting paid for it even better. So, just keep that in mind. Mead, it's right there in the name. D&Mead. Selling out has never tasted so good. Don't, Victor, not yet. Do it after they paid for it. Or, hey, if I'm shooting for the stars, Taco Bell, hit me up. I auditioned for a Taco Bell commercial in 2017 or 2018, and it was the biggest audition in my life. I've auditioned for Marvel since, but no, give me that Taco Bell money. I want to be Taco Bell's spokesperson. There was the Chihuahua, and then Victor Rivera, D&D guy, Zombieland 2. I got a text. Let's see. Who'd it from? Aww. Thank you, Sarah. I'm not going to read that because it was very personal and it was lovely. So, yeah. Make this a reminder to future Victor to see how far I've come. I haven't muted a burp since the first one, huh? When can we play? Did I lose you? I might have lost you. That's okay. You have other stuff to go on. How many people are watching? 5. Oh, okay. Keeping steady. I like it. Let's see. Treaty numbers for my first month. I did that. Editing the first podcast, I did that. And hopefully the next couple episodes will be better and smoother for me editing them, because I will use less fillers. I will be better at it, because it was a lot of hours, y'all. This past week was a lot of hours of me just sitting here and listening to my voice. And this is an interesting point, actually. Boy, I was messing around with this a while ago. I look like Silver Surfer, who was played by who? Doug Jones, my favorite. Give me a surfboard. Surfboard. Look at that. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe I need another light. I keep saying that, but when this show makes money, when, not if. Dougie. Love Dougie. Silver Surfer. All right. The hell was I talking about? No. Dang it. Silver Surfer. Fillers. Damn it. Victor. Acting. First episode. There it is. So actors, some actors I know hate seeing themselves in the scenes that they do on camera. Like they hate watching themselves in playback or in finished products. And I understand that on an empathetic level, on an empathetic note, but as a a professional like technician where I am a craftsman, so I have to know what I'm doing and know how I'm sounding and know how I'm looking. That is how I approach it. So I know a lot of people, like when they do playback for a scene, they're like, oh no, I don't want to. Early on, I shed that because I was like, oh wait, no, if I'm doing all these self-tape auditions of myself in my living room and I have to edit them and send them off to casting directors, I need to know that I look good and I sound good. And if I don't have a scene where I look good and I sound good, or if my acting choices aren't strong enough, because I was also in a bunch of acting classes where I have to do classwork and scene work and homework, then I want to make sure that my acting prowess is as best as it can be. So I, for a couple years now, have not been an actor who shies away from my beautiful self, because I am classically handsome. And I do have a lot of good range and diversity and variety in my voice and my acting choices and physicality. And like watching myself on... Did y'all hear that? I think I broke my arm. No, I just am broken in some places. Dang it! Again! This is hard. Live streaming is hard when you're a bit tipsy. You know what? Since y'all are here, my 5 or 6 people watching. In the last episode, spoiler, Sarah. In the last episode, this was tipsy. And then they all went shopping. So this is the tipsy that I will have in episode 5, which comes out this Wednesday. Look at him. Isn't he great? Since they're all in the wintry Waterdeep, then I wanted them all to not explore the streets of Waterdeep and like go and like be cold the whole time, because Victor doesn't. Oh, my face is all itching. Victor doesn't like being cold, so I wanted my characters to be warm, because I didn't want to play that they were cold the whole time. I didn't want to play that they were all wearing cargo shorts, which was literally me in all of middle school and high school. There's a great picture of me in a wedding at Denver, Colorado, when I was in early high school, and we were driving in a car, and we pulled over to a snowbank, and well, we pulled over to a snowbank, and young high school Victor Rivera popped out with his cargo shorts, and there's a picture, like a low angle of me going in a snowbank in cargo shorts. And I waited for the bus every morning. It was very cold in North Carolina when it was fall and winter, but I would wait out there in cargo shorts. And Sarah brought up in college, and I am still in cargo shorts right now. I know that is not the fashionable choice of males, but I've never been fashionable. I've been Victor fashionable, which is orange. No one likes orange. I have 2 shades of orange. All right? That, FF6604. That is the numerical value of that color. You can plug in FF6604, and that is literally that lighter orange, that's FF9004. These are the 2 colors I've adopted as my brand. That's right. Cargo shorts and orange. Tipsy, get back up, yo. What am I doing? I'm having fun. I'm enjoying. This is me drinking by myself, but not by myself. In Shaun of the Dead, there's a moment right before they go to the tavern at the end, where it's right before the character who is an actress who teaches them all how to be zombies, where, oh my God, no, Victor, who's the guy who played Sean? I know this. I know this to my soul. The Winchester. Yes, Mom for the win. Yes, right before they leap that final fence over to... Thank you, Simon Pegg. Yes, it would have taken me 2 more minutes. So Simon Pegg, right before they went to the Winchester for the final showdown, you can hear, which I read was like a sound effect, a Foley work that they amplified to make sound a lot bigger, is him scratching his mustache. So thank you. Yes, Mom. Oof. The Winchester and Simon Pegg. Hell yeah. Slam dunk, Mama. MVP of D&Mead with drinking horn pictures. Remember that 18 years ago? Yes. Cargo shorts, orange, Simon Pegg, scratching mustache. Where was all that going? God damn it. It's fine. Whatever. So, hold on, cargo shorts. That's gone. But Victor is... So I wanted them to have winter clothing just for the mechanics of Victor going out. So I said that Tipsy had like 80s ski jacket villain wear. And I'll say all this again for episode 5, but this color scheme I had going on reminds me a lot of the Charlotte Hornets jacket from my childhood, which everyone had apparently. That's funny. And then the teal cups where it was like the swirls of color and then like the purple squiggles inside, like that. And then bus seats, like the fabric of bus seats, that. And then my favorite, which when I say this on episode 5, y'all laugh again as if you're hearing it for the first time. My favorite flavor of Pop-Tarts, wild berry. So there we go. That's Tipsy. A lot more came up. Okay, let's see. Back to my money. Money, please. They're not gonna watch this. Or if you do, this is all just a joke. This is Taco Bell. All right, one last thing. It's almost 9. One last thing. Much better with ums and okay. Much better with ums in the second episode. Work on ands, so's, likes. Also, big chunk of DM thinking silence. With that, I will give myself, because these are 2 different... Oh, this is a note that I have written down also. These are 2 different experiences. One, watching me live on Twitch and then watching the unedited video on YouTube. That is an experience where you can see the gears turning in real time, which I think is awesome and valuable. This is... When Critical Role does it, they do the Twitch and then they pop that right on YouTube and then they put that into the podcast completely unedited. But they also have 8 players the whole time. 7 player characters and then the DM. So to see me here figuring out everything, I think that's a really cool experience because I am also I'm a physical... I need more room. Okay. I'm a very physical showman, so I need the space and I need the voices and the facial expressions and the body language to say these things and discover them in real time. So the characters making different choices, I don't want to write down everything that like Rock and Onyx do beforehand and then read off a script, because that's not fun for me. I want to discover it in the moment. So y'all watching it with me and then me having those moments of silence where I'm like, what does Tipsy do? He's there, and then I'm recalling all the events that lead him up to that, and then, oh, he has waddles, so he has to think about that. I think that's super cool and valuable. For the podcast, it has to clip along. So the imagery that I have, and I'm a very imagery-driven person, I want... This is very much like a geode, where it's rough on the edges, but inside there are a bunch of great moments and brilliant, spectacular, like veins of glittery, like, again, brilliance and geological gems and moments that stand out and are amazing. But for the podcast, it's like when you put that geode into a rock tumbler. So it has time for me to edit out all the fillers and choosing the best moments. And when I say stuff like, and then he crawls to, he sits, the table that he, then I can edit out all the Bob Bergen, who voices Porky the Pig, which is a very deep cut. I can edit all of that. So this is a beautiful geode that you can find naturally, like you dig in the dirt, like a truffle pig, and then you can find this malformed, but if you take the time to like break it open, then you can see there is brilliance in there. There's just, a bunch of chaff to get through. And it's not even that bad. I'm really shitting on my first episode. The next couple episodes are pretty good. And then 5 through 699 nice episodes will be great. And everyone learns from the previous one. But the first one was a geode that I dug out from the dirt like a potato and then brushed off all the dirt. And then I went, all right. And then I popped it in a rock tumbler, which if you've seen rock tumbler videos, I want to do a rock tumbler. It's on my bucket list. It takes like a week to have the constant. And then you have to put different grit of sand in it. And it's gross. But it takes like a week. And then you get tumbled rocks. So that's what doing this podcast has been for the past week. So, also big chunk of DM thinking silence. That's fine for the live stream and the YouTube. Just keep talking out loud, and I need to be more confident in my visual describing of stuff. Like not saying as many likes when I talk about like. Here, let's see, so we can read it together. Nope. All right. On the very left, it has 16 wisdom. You have picked up 16 ounces of mead. Integrity, made with real fruit, some sentiment is possible. The sentiment's the best part. It's like pulp for orange juice. This story. This beverage has been locally made with exotic flavors from faraway lands. I'm going to make it even sexier. Congratulations. This is a noble beverage to enjoy on your quest. Enchanting passion fruit, heroic hibiscus, and of course the mighty dragon fruit, all blended with our glorious wildflower honey to create this special 2021 edition of DragonCon Mead. Godspeed. Monk's Meadery. If you make a D&Mead with my face on it, and then my 4 characters, I had an out-of-body experience just then. Think about it. You can just pay me in mead. I will drink it. I will drink it. I will drink it up. Has anyone watched There Will Be Blood? I haven't. Something about milkshakes. Brings all the something to the yard. Skills. Plus 21 age. Yeah, I said that at the beginning of this thing, huh? Plus 10 dancing. Plus 5 banter. Honey. At this point, it's like plus 25 banter. Plus 2 hunger. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Bow, wow, ba, da, bow, wow, da. Oh, shit. Oh shit, that's not it. I realized I was doing a remix from Girl Talk, which is fine. +2 agility. Oh, -2 agility. That's even funnier. I need to pee again. Oh boy. Equipment: chalice, horn, funnel, can cooler, plastic cup. Have you ever chugged from a funnel before? I haven't. Have you ever done a keg stand? Sarah, you probably done a keg stand, huh? It's okay. Mom and Dad aren't watching. No, but Sarah, have you done a keg stand? I bet you have. No, I think I remember you have. Am I calling you out right now? Yeah. I haven't. How much does a keg cost? Should I do a keg stand? Ashley Birch, who I love so much. She was on a couple episodes of Critical Role, and her character's name was Keg. And she was a dwarf with a little bit of stubble and just a perpetual cigarette. Yup. Yeah, I knew you did. Sarah, my baller sister. All right. I'm going to use the bathroom one more time, and I am going to mute it this time so that... Monies! Why'd you say monies? Did you do it for monies? Let's see. Bottled at Monk's Meadery. Y'all, you can order Monk's Meadery online and have it shipped to you. So you can get some of this. You can get some... Hold on. I need to... Oh, God. Golly. All right. And... You can order some of DragonCon Dragon's Nectar, Monk's Meadery, and then have it delivered to you. 2021. Look at that. And a Topopo Dwagon. Yeah. Oh. Know how much a cake costs. Yeah, they cost monies. Unless someone gives one to me for free. But I don't have a way to cool it. No, that's the bad idea, y'all. Don't do that. Don't send me kegs. Reverse psychology. Don't send me kegs. No, what you shouldn't do, bad, is go to my Amazon wish list and buy all the rest of the D&D books that I have and starter kits. So Amazon wish list. Let me find the wish list link. So many of you have already contributed. Oh, I'm typing on the wrong laptop. That's why. So many of you have already contributed. Oh, it's not even... All right, whatever. Oh, no. Okay. This lower laptop has just Amazon. All right. What am I doing before I pee? All right. So you can order Monk's Meadery online and then have it shipped to you, which is awesome. It's located 579 North Highland Avenue, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia, 30307. They had a thing where their automatic email told me to drive down to Athens, which is quite a way south. And I did. And I picked this up. But now I know that they have a tasting room here in just Atlanta proper, which is like 20 minutes away instead of like an hour away. But I listened to D&D podcast on the way down, so it was all good. So... Yeah, baby. 2 hours, two meads. This is a very good first D&Me. First, not last. Let me use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be back. I will mute this time. I love you all. Dee 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 dee. When can we play? Said, whoa, where did Victor go again? And Sarah said, that damn chair ate him again. Give him back chair. All right. I should have a Stadium Pal as I do these D&Meads. What a Stadium Pal is exactly what you think it is, where you go to a sportings event. Sportings? That's not right. A sport ball event. And then you're in the crowd, in the stands. And what I've been told, it's like a catheter that you put in, and you can just drink and drink and drink and drink and drink and drink and drink. So, that's my next adventure. No. If at my next D&Mead, then at the hour mark and then the 2 hour mark, if I don't get up, then you know I went to Amazon. Went to Amazon and do what? Get this wish list. Which is called D&Me books. Can I put it in the chat? The Amazon, that's so far away. That's like in another continent. Which I think is technically right. And technically, that was a dumb joke. I've been drinking with Victor. Hell yeah! That Michelob Ultra. All right, so as I end the night with me posting the rest of my Amazon wish list into the chat. These are, just the rest of the D&D books that I don't have and starter kits, which I already have a lot, and it'll take me a while to read through them, but I'm a completionist, so I want all of them. Please. Money, please. Parks and Rec. Oh, God, I need to finish that. All right, so paste. Shameless. Just there's my Amazon wish list. I should post that. All right. One of my last little bits here before I mercifully let you all go. You've been very patient with me. Thank you so much. I love you. Drinking. This has been great. We should do this every week, huh? 3 viewers. That's fine. I had 6 at one point. I was on top of the world. And I had 361 viewers. What was that? Bring that back up, Victor. Twitch stats. 361 views. What does that mean? Edwin, Daddy, when I have 361 views, what does that mean? I just got a text from something. Twitch kicked me off, trying to reboot. Oh, well, you're not missing anything, Mom. You can't read this right now, but... You're good! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And I love you. Yeah, I love my mommy. And I love my daddy. And I love my sister. IDK sounds like a lot of views. Well, so does that mean like profile views of people clicking on D&MeAdventures? Or is that total views? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm getting sleepy. 2 hours is pretty good for a Twitch, huh? So, right at the end here, go on my Amazon wish list. Just by, it sounds like Google. I think it's views for the month. I could be incorrect. Oh, interesting. This is still my first month. So, man, editing this for a podcast would be hell. Would you be interested, my 3 loyal viewers and mommy who will get back, would you be interested in the podcast version of this? Like, of all the D&Me extras? Because definitely the D&Me episodes of like 1 through 5 will definitely be in the podcast. But do you think me editing all these extra supplemental like D&Me Beginnings or D&Me unboxing stuff, do you think that would be good podcast content? Or do you think that'll be good just visual, bring people? That's interesting. I think maybe right now, because it took a while to edit the first couple episodes. The first episode, I'm not even done. What am I kidding? I think maybe just the episodes proper on the podcast would be good, and then I would bring people in of like, oh, well, if you like that, then come and watch all the D&Me extras. That it'll just take me a while to edit. Some yes, some better left as videos. Yeah, that unboxing one I think would be much better as a video, because they won't be able to see all the fun antics that I'm in. And it's not fun listening to, oh wow, yeah, okay, Onyx opening. It is visually interesting to see Onyx open a package, but auditorily, it's just rotten. So yeah, no, that's a good point. So maybe just right now, just all the campaign episodes proper. And then if I've reached, 1,000 episodes and I'm like, you know what, I need something different, then I can come back to the top of the queue of D&Me extras and then edit. Okay, cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I need to blow my nose, but that'll be awful audio. Much better. All right. This was awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Can I make this any better? That's something. Thank the... You're so fucking funny. Thank the gods for sparing us that audio, says Spruce H. Where did that come from? That username, by the way. Have a good night, Victor. I love you. Thank you. When can we play? I'm wrapping up right now, so you can totally go to bed. That's fine. Yeah, Sarah, let me know where that name came from, because that's very funny. I mean, it's a good, foresty name. I'm getting close to my end. Right. So, I'll wait around for this last question, and then I'll log off. Thank you so much for joining me for D&Mead, where I drank 2 meads from Monk's Meadery. It was the DragonCon Dragon's Nectar 2021 special edition. I'll text the story. Perfect. My Twitch followers, that's the only question I'll get from here on out. It's, why is your sister's username Spruce H? Yeah, no, totally tell me that off stream. Oh boy, this was really fun, and it was relaxing, and I told some great stories. So thank you for the opportunity. Tune in 2 days to see episode 5 of D&Me. You can follow me at, yeah, baby, I'm getting better, at DnMeAdventures, N as in, I could say Nancy, but that's very Archer. What's a good N? Oh, let's do this right now. All right. Going through the monster manual to see what a good N D&D fantasy creature is, so I can use that. Naga. Do y'all know that Naga is like a big old snake? No, I don't think so. D is a nightmare, which is a horse on fire. All right, that's what a bone Naga is. Which sounds like a joke I'd make when I'm tipsy. These are other Nagas. The one on the left is a... Okay, so the one on the left is a chaotic evil Naga, and then the one on the right is a lawful good Naga. What? There are 2 different types? Yeah. Look at that guy with the... He looks exactly... This lawful good Naga, motherfucker. Let's see. He looks exactly like the lizard from The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. He looks like Rise Effin, who I talked about earlier, whose autograph I have from Pirate Radio or The Boat That Rocked. That's very funny. Nightmare is a horse on fire. Yep. In one of the Critical Role comics, they used a nightmare. And then I think, this is very obscure, but N for nope. Nothic, which is a one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple beetle eater. A one-eyed, like Mike Wazowski motherfucker. Which I've used in a one-off. But that's a Nothic. Now, what is another ND&D phrase? N like gnome? That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. All right. Let me put this up. Oh, God. I've drunk a lot. I didn't eat anything since like lunch, so I got my money's worth out of these meats. Okay, so yeah, reach out to me at God damn it. D&MeAdventures. That's N like gnome and not the ampersand. At Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And I have a Redbubble store up now, which you can find at D&MeAdventures also. And then I have a podcast that I'm working on, so I'll let you know when that happens. And then I'll let you know when my Spotify playlist of Toot Toot's ongoing adventures are and stuff. So thank you so much for joining me at my D&Mead night, potentially sponsored by Monk's Meadery. Am I allowed to say that if it's not paid promotion yet? What if they say no and this is all just really bad? Oh no! Victor, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. Have a great night. I love you.